Dog was a puppy.
Aw.
And rode home with her and was part of her for the rest, for the whole time. Oh, yep. There we go. Okay, folks. Well, it looks like a shortened crew tonight, but that's all right. We have with us Summer Huggins from Austin Pets Alive. And we're going to talk about dogs. We're lucky to have her in here to tell us all about, well, it can be controversial, I suppose, the dog pound and no-kill policy. But I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. I thought I'd have my co-hosts and their dogs in here, but we still got Oso with us.
Eating treats.
Eating treats.
Of course.
And this is the lady that gave us Oso. So we'll go on with where did Austin Pets Alive come from? And what's your mission statement type of thing, you know, the political stuff?
All right, here it comes.
Yeah, I'll leave that dog alone.
Here she comes.
Here's Mama.
Here she comes.
Here's the Mama.
We were having treats.
Oh, well, we're having all kinds of treats tonight. You're getting me on TV. Yes, sir.
Well, I didn't have the paperwork in front of me, but we talked about what to ask, what not to ask.
Well, we're
We can't talk about money, so
We're good. Oh, you want? I see what you're doing. You're following the trail of the
Of
food.
course.
sit down, dog.
He's sitting down. Anyways,
He's waiting for something.
we've been wanting to do a dog show, and I asked Austin Pets Alive to
job.
come down because this little fella right here, the day before Chi-Chi died, I found him on their website with a striking Yo Quiero Taco Bell look. All he had to do is put the little beret on him. See, here he is right here. Yeah, Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
And one of his pictures did have a hat on, didn't
Yes, it did.
You
and
took him, huh?
I took
and
some of his pictures. I sure did.
I saw him, and I just fell right in love with him. Ah, here comes another one. Oh, we got another visitor in the studio. Hey, 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 hey. Grab him, James. Ah, grab him down there. You keep down to that side. Okay, there we go. We got dogs in the hood. Hey, hey. It's okay. It's all right.
Hi there, there's a big dog.
This is Gavino's dog, a nice pit bull. Y'all know that hey.
This is Mary Jane right here from
Hi,
the east
Mary
side.
Jane.
And
From the east side, pit bull.
she's a sweetie. And anyways, this is the first pit bull that I got up next to after I had been bitten. And I was like leery, but he said, nope, don't be leery of her. Now you just stay down at your corner.
He wants to come smell.
No, you just stay down at your corner.
He's not gonna eat nothing.
You just stay down at your corner.
Here, you're
I'm
barking.
gonna
That's a
put
good
the
dog.
little. Whew.
That's a good dog. Not
We
to
have
bark.
a dog behavior
Yes.
specialist right here, so we
Oh,
got somebody
I'm
here on
learning.
there.
I wouldn't play specialist, but I'm learning.
She's working at it. Let me see one of those. Get
Of
one for this
course.
pretty girl.
Of course.
No, he's going to say, you're sharing my
Oh,
food. Here you
so
go.
Yeah, you're being a good boy.
Oh.
There we go.
I-
No
he-
barking,
he's looking
huh?
at her, at him. He's like,
I'm surprised he's even eating.
well,
Barking, huh? It's
right.
okay.
yeah, you keep him down at that end of the table, and we're
Good
fine to
boy.
go.
How'd I
That's a
gotta
good
go meet,
boy.
Mommy?
No, we're not going to let him eat right
pretty.
now.
Is that a she?
Yes, it's a she dog. Mm-hmm.
Mary
She's
Jane
pretty.
is 7 years old.
She's
I
a
guess
beauty.
Mary Jane, it would be a she, huh?
Yeah.
I know
She's
maybe
a
that Mary
sweetheart.
Jane, that's the old
Good
word
boy.
She's a sweetheart, but anyway, she's a lovely little friend, and she got me over my fear of pit bulls. Anyways, Summer here is from Austin Pets Alive. Well, I was saying that's where I found little fella over here, and they're a rescue.
boy.
Would you call it a rescue organization?
I would definitely call us a rescue organization.
Okay, 'cause they,
We do that every day.
They go and they get animals that are what we found out in the paperwork here on the no holds list from the animal control. And anyways, they go get them and they bring them. I just noticed in his paperwork that I got from, they're very thorough when you adopt a dog. They give you a wonderful background kit. This comes complete with his little rap sheet.
for. Well, Mary Jane, get in
And-
the picture.
And she is in the picture.
No,
And
just
so
a
anyways,
terrible
I
bastard.
have his rap sheet here, but I found that he was saved from being euthanized. He was on the slate to be euthanized. So he found himself a forever home with us, and you know, he might have his little idiosyncrasies, but we love him to
little?
death. Yeah, well, don't look at Pokey's arms too close. Anyways, Austin
Yeah,
Pets
each
Alive.
small, and this is what I get.
Austin Pets Alive just recently got about what was it? Over $41,000 from that Amplify Austin thing that they did recently. And it's in, let's see, what else do we do on that one? So that was that, and community support is, got them won them a prize of $6,000, and they're just really a wonderful, wonderful organization. So I'm glad that you all got that funding from
Thank you.
the
Thank
thingy.
you. And thank you for having us tonight.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get the word out that Austin Pets Alive. Check out their website; it's
Please.
wonderful. And then there's a Facebook page that we're gonna be putting down here in a few minutes.
Somebody else
It's a
said that
Lowy law firm, and just try to check that out because he's one of the ones he met
girl.
Winston on a rainy day, and the rest is history. So he's gotten into the animal rescue, and he's got a lot of good information on his Facebook page. It'll come up here, Lowy Law Firm, so we want to thank him for all he's done. And then what was this, the victory thing? Defended the rights of one APM. This is a story about one of the dogs here. So I will let you tell the story about Victory.
Sure. Victory was found out in Hutto, I believe, wandering around. Looked like she had been severely injured, and some were even guessing there might have been a little bit of abuse. So Austin Pets Alive took her in. Hi, Mary Jane. Good dog.
That you
Okay.
be nice, be
That's
nice,
a good
be
start.
nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Look at
That's a good
Shoo,
start.
shoo. This is a recreation of that fateful day in May.
Good start. Good start, everybody.
I don't want him to hurt her because he took on that pit bull and won. Yeah, he's a shower. All right, back to Victory.
So Victory, Austin Pets Alive took her in and immediately wanted to start getting her some medical care. We knew she was basically missing her nose. I mean, if you can imagine, it was a horrible thing to see. So Austin Pets Alive immediately wanted to get her some medical coverage because it looked like she had been abused from first glance.
How did they lose a nose? Bitten off or?
That was the question. Yeah, that was
Oh, by the way,
question.
this was a 4-year-old collie, bearded
Beautiful
collie.
girl, just as sweet as you can imagine in her foster home. Really great with all the people that she came across. Good girl, Mary Jane.
Good girl.
Eventually, Victory's owners stepped up and said,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't abuse, it was disease. Had to get the courts involved. Austin Pets Alive testified, veterinarians testified, her former owners testified, and it wasn't abuse. It was just, unfortunately, her owners weren't quite able to give her
It is
all of the
expensive.
medical care that she needed.
It is
Absolutely.
expensive.
So the courts ruled that Victory is staying under Austin Pets Alive care right now, and she's going to get all the medical care that she needs and
Well,
get that little girl.
Get
on
her back
way
in
to
good health. All
Absolutely.
right, that sounds wonderful.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Can I ask one little question? The courts had to get involved.
Well, they did.
They thought
Because
it was
it's not an
animal
animal
abuse, I guess.
abuse, yeah.
Yeah, and
You've
know,
seen Animal Cops Houston? Yeah.
and of course, if possible, we always want a dog with its owner. You know, with an owner that's going to give it all the love and care and spoil them rotten.
Spoiled
as
rotten like this
possible.
little
So,
king down
yeah,
here.
Well, they're pack animals too, aren't they? So they need to be
Absolutely.
with who they.
Absolutely.
Can I
So
read some reasons why you should love a dog?
Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Leave it,
Yeah,
leave
go
it,
for
leave
it.
it.
Oh, they're bifocals,
That's
but
fine, that's fine.
all right, Mary
Yes.
Jane, let him read.
They're in Spanish, but I'm going to read them. 20, this a friend of mine emailed these to me because they knew I was going to be on the show with Mary Jane. It says, the first one is,
Because they love you.
nadie te seguirá incondicionalmente a donde quieras que vayas, él sí. No one will follow you unconditionally,
Unconditionally.
unconditionally anywhere you go but the dog. Okay. Te quiere igual si eres rico o pobre, guapo o feo. He loves you whether you're
Rich or
poor,
poor,
ugly or
or you're
beautiful.
El Guapo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nunca te guardará rincón aunque lo reprendas. She will never hate you regardless of what you scold her or
They're
anything.
dedicated.
Siempre que te veas serás feliz. She will always be happy when she sees you. Por el simple hecho de saber que eres tú, for the simple reason that he or she will see that it is you, y que has llegado a casa and that you have arrived home, at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other one is, no te perderá más que una caricia o que le tires una pelota. They will never ask more than just a little love or just throw them a little ball to play. If you cry, si lloras, lo entiende perfectamente. If you cry, the dog will understand why.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
crying.
they do. Yeah,
Is
they
that a
do.
wagging tail?
Si enfermos, no se moverá de tu lado. If you become ill, they will not move away from you. They will stick right by you.
Good boy.
Han nacido para ser compañeros del ser humano. The dogs were born to be companions of humans.
The look on her face.
She is such a beauty.
Se conformará siempre con la comida que le des sin protestar como hacemos nosotros. She will be very happy with any food you give her and will not protest like we do. Harás ejercicio para perseverarla. You will do exercise to be able, to walk her around. Siempre te hará compañía. She will always be your company. She will always be on your side. Si tienes hijos, aprenderán a querer y respetar a los animales. If you have children,
Okay, Oso.
they will learn how to love and respect animals.
Absolutely.
Yes, they will.
Absolutely.
Te será fiel hasta la muerte. She will be loyal to you until death. Your dog. Es capaz de dar mucho más de lo que recibe. They are capable of giving you more than what they receive. Si no has tenido nunca un animal, aprenderás lo que es quererlo. If you have never had a dog, you will learn how much it is to love one.
Oh, yeah.
Te hará reír. They will make you laugh, aunque te cachorree, haga alguna. Okay, they will make you laugh,
We're gonna run out of treats.
even though they may go run and do some
chips.
crazy things, around the house, bite your wood or whatever, No le importará que le has puesto un nombre ridículo, sin conforme contigo, él te amará igual. They will not complain based on the ridiculous name you gave them. They're comfortable with everything, and they will love you as much. Two more. Si le das un pequeño regalo, lo agradecerán siempre. If you give them a small gift, they'll appreciate it forever. Solo con la mirada aprendes a entenderle. Just by looking at her, get up here, Mary Jane. Just by looking at her, you'll learn to understand her.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and then this is the last one. El resto lo sabrás cuando se ya ha ido para siempre. The rest you will learn when they are gone forever.
Believe me, that was the hardest day when
Yeah.
little Chi-Chi passed,
Yeah.
man. But it was also a blessing because he was suffering. He had he was going through coronary failure. He was
Oh,
18
goodness.
years old.
That's amazing. 18.
And yes, well,
Just amazing.
he was a spoiled, rotten little dog. Okay.
Spoiled.
As they should be a little bit,
All right, onwards with the spoiled dogs here.
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit over who is Austin Pets Alive and what's they do.
Right.
All right, it's a private 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to stopping the killing of Austin's adoptable pets and dogs. And what else do they do?
Oh gosh, that's only scratching the surface, I feel like. But yeah, we're very dedicated to making sure that if a dog or a cat can be adopted, that it's got the chance to be adopted.
Like this guy.
Y'all are doing great. But whether they go into the city shelter with an illness or a broken leg, or maybe they're scared and a little feisty, huh? And they're labeled as having behavior problems. If they can be trained and the behavior worked out and the dog learned about and they can go into a home, we want them to go into a home.
I have a question.
Yes.
There seems to be a real big movement on neutering animals.
Right.
Well, here comes Gavino's question.
I warned you on this question.
I personally, I have a choice, right? And that is, I don't want to neuter her. But because of that, she's not eligible for vaccinations or rabies or things like that, correct, under your program?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't speak to the medical specifics there, but yeah, no dog or cat goes out of Austin Pets Alive without being spayed or neutered. And it's just to help control the population. I mean, when we walk into Austin Pets Alive every day, we see the number of unwanted animals that are there. And it's our thought that by helping control the population, we won't have quite as many homeless dogs and cats to have
But
to.
is that advocacy like on full throttle or just Because if you advocate that full throttle, well, then we won't have animals.
Oh, I think we're a long way from there. I think the pet population is still
Yeah.
growing by just leaps and bounds.
Because you have the breeders, and then you have the not unauthorized breeders, but the ones who breed on the side just to make a little extra.
Basement
So you
breeders.
always will have a dog
Puppy
that has
mills.
them.
Absolutely.
But by going to places where like Austin Pets Alive to adopt, you know that you're getting a neutered pet, and like there's so many that are out there that need to be adopted, and the population grows so fast. We only have one at a time, maybe 3, or like Octomom, we might have 8.
Right,
But these guys, they have big litters. Some of these dogs have big litters.
Well, and cats as well, 8 at a time.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it
cats
does
have more.
it only takes a
Yeah.
few months for a kitten to become pregnant again, and the population explodes when it's.
Oh, he's starting to do. Oh, look, he's
They're
turning on the
doing
Don
great.
Juan. He's turning on the Don
Good
Juan.
dog.
Oh yeah, he's turning it on now.
Good dog.
The male does recognize the female, right?
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have. There was a sweet dog that was adopted just yesterday named Denny. Hi, Denny, if you're watching. He was a sweet, sweet boy, and he wanted to go to a home with sisters. He loved girls much better than he loved boys, and he got to go home with a brand new sister yesterday. So yeah, they
kill him?
know. They know.
No, Mary Jane don't need a boyfriend right now.
Y'all are a cute couple. Mary Jane, you're so pretty.
Y'all ought to see the look on her face.
Oh,
it is priceless.
She's a sweet puppy.
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
She's just doing a tap dance all over. Now you behave yourself, young man.
And see her wanting to smell the rear end.
That's
tell
a
me more
good
about
one.
yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
That's their calling card.
Yes.
Okay, calm down, young man. Calm down.
boy.
Hey!
Another
get up.
little one.
All right,
Another
I'm going to
little
come
one.
down to this end of the room.
Do we need to scoot?
No, I'm going to come down here. He's going to go in the control room.
Okay.
And we're going to trade off.
Okay.
And Mike can get this microphone
Hello.
from James.
Good.
We got another one in
How
here.
are you?
It's James.
How are you?
Here you go, Mike.
Hello.
Everybody's bringing their dog down today. Oh, come on, you.
Uh-oh. Do I need to?
No, my leg.
Oh, okay.
I think it's my leg. Got it? Oh, wait. I'm just all over it, aren't I? There we go. Oh,
Sweet dog.
oh, that's my other foot. There we go.
No.
All right. Now, we have lots of dogs in here, so we're having lots of excitement now. Oh!
Let me straighten it for you.
Oh, we're good. All right, Nico, we all got our dogs under control, or trying to. Anyways, all right, so we were doing, what is Austin, it says here in 2008, APA embarked on a bold and aggressive initiative to make Austin a no-kill city as fast as possible.
It is bold and aggressive. Absolutely.
That's big. They began building the resources needed to create a safety net for the pets of Central Texas and their owners. By looking for the reasons why animals are killed in shelters like the Austin Animal Center, APA was able to create specific life-saving programs that address those issues head-on. These programs are innovative and in some cases the only examples in the United States. That's quite interesting. So can you elaborate, Annie, on that one?
Absolutely. Other cities have gone no-kill, but Austin now stands as the largest city in the U.S. to be no-kill. And there are now communities all over the country looking to Austin to ask, how does this work? How are y'all making this work? Why does this work? What programs are you implementing? You know, how can volunteers get involved? How can the community help? And they're really looking to Austin as paving the way.
It's like
there.
a model for what they're doing?
Absolutely. And there's all sorts of different programs that kind of help play into that. The behavior dogs, the dogs that are labeled as naughty.
Oh, close your ears.
In the city shelter. Austin Pets Alive has given dogs like that a chance, and our behavior team has taken them in and teaching them some of the coping skills and some of the basic doggy manners and some obedience that they need to make into a home. Because sometimes those behavior dogs and sick dogs and cats aren't making it out of the shelter.
You got lucky,
And
little man.
Yes, you did. Look at your life now. And we want to give those animals the chance too. And most of them are proving us right, thankfully.
Yeah, well, he's like I said, he has his times,
Oh, sure. We all do, right?
but that's all part of his personality.
Absolutely.
Anyways, let's see and then we're going to go on the which ones you save, It says, in order not to duplicate the work of any other groups, APA focuses solely on the healthy and treatable pets who have no other options and will be killed the next day.
Right.
They wait until the shelters and other rescue groups pull who they can for their adoption, and then they pull the rest at the last hour.
Absolutely.
And they take on some of the dogs and stuff that have a behavior problem, because this guy here, one for them, he was slated to be euthanized. And yeah, you got all these kinds, what's it say? You get these ones with the puppies with parvo, underage kittens, cats with ringworm, dogs with behavior issues.
Yep. We are feeding kittens by hand around the clock before their eyes are even open. Maybe their mother was sick, maybe their mother has already been adopted, whatever reasons, those little litters. But we have volunteers that are by hand feeding those tiny little kittens around the clock to save their lives, and they're saving lives every day. Yeah.
She just wants to, she says,
play.
that's just something so small. You better be nice.
Aw.
We don't want to pry anybody out of your jaws over there.
No, Mary.
All right, now let's see which one here. Okay, is Austin RA a no kill? Is already no kill?
We are February.
Okay.
Austin, as a city and a community, got to celebrate 2 years as no kill, and that means that 90% of the adoptable dogs and cats are making it into homes and out of the shelters.
Oh, that's
so
good.
that's an incredible number.
So
Yeah.
many people at Pets Alive, the majority are volunteers as well.
Yeah, the last number I heard, I want to say like 90 to 95% of us are volunteers. There is a core staff. There's a staff that staff members that help care for the dogs and clean up for the dogs and all of the office and administrative stuff, and of course the counselors that will sit down with you when you want to do an adoption and make sure you've found the right pet for your home. But yeah, 90 to 95% of the people that you see proudly wearing our Austin Pets Alive shirts are volunteers. Yep.
Yeah. And there's some good people down there, because his foster mom, Lindsay, you know, she just told me all about this little fella and how he reacted to some men. He's on Mama's dog. That's for sure. And anyways, he's just a love puppy. Oh yeah, he's talking.
Handsome boy.
And let's see what else we got here. So we were talking about your volunteers and stuff like that. You know, public support is real important, and you know they're getting a lot of public support.
It's vital.
Yeah,
and Austin Pets Alive wouldn't happen without the
Hey,
support we get from the
I'm
community.
getting a brushing over here.
Oh, Mary Jane.
Sad look on her face.
Goodness. My goodness.
That look on her face is priceless. And you know, you can go to the Austin Pets Alive website. It's austinpetsalive.org, and you can check out. You can see all the dogs that they have. You can see all the cats that they have. You can see all the programs that they have just for some of the stuff that they do. And because they have some core programs like the rescuing, where they take them directly from the enthusiast list, and they can put them in foster homes. And let's see, come on, let's hear. There's going to be the doggies coming up. Here they go.
Mustang Sally.
Sally.
Oh, she's a sweet girl.
Oh, look at those
There's
little
little
guys.
Bugsy.
There's
Yeah.
you can just keep scrolling down that page while we talk. You can leave it up there, just scroll down. And then you have off-site adoption areas where, you know, they go around town and take some of the pets and off-site. And they also have the life-saving programs like the No-Kill Handbill. And that's like a little daily email that tells you about lost pets, found pets, all that kind of stuff. You sit still, mister. And then we have this other thing, it's called PASS, Positive Alternatives to Shelter Surrender. And what is that all about?
That is basically when a pet owner may be at the very end of their rope, and their only next option is to possibly take an animal and surrender it to the shelter. Maybe they're having trouble paying a pet deposit at a new apartment. I mean, there's a million reasons that come up, and unfortunately, sometimes an owner just has to say, "Oh my gosh, I've got to get rid of this dog or this cat." And the PASS program is where volunteers, again at Austin Pets Alive, are you coming to see me? Work with resources in the community to go, okay, this pet owner, totally dedicated to keeping their dog or cat, how can we help? And really kind of pools all of those resources together to make sure that that dog gets to stay in their loving home, or that cat, of course.
Well, that's good, because you know there's like I said, I was telling you about that nurse at the VA that was trying to find a home for a Chihuahua. I had to keep rolling up a newspaper and spanking Pokey on the nose, saying, "No, we don't need any more dogs, because it's not house trained, and you won't be able to figure out how to house train them."
Oh, that's easy. I can share information
Oh, I
with
got
Hopefully
that
to do that
one.
good.
Yeah, every time they wake up from a nap, take them outside.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, and then you got the bottle baby program, like you were talking about, where you're feeding feeding those out. Mm-hmm. And we already talked about the spayed and neutered and all that, so that's a good one. Well, we'll skip that one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go on. Let's go on because we're almost halfway through this. Austin's Progress. That's what I thought. This is a good one. This is a figure that was off of their website. They have a little article about the no-kill community and that doesn't kill healthy or treatable pets. And they came up with a figure on here that came from, I forget where it is. I think it's from the Austin Animal Center's figures themselves. And at the end of 2012, we had 926 animals that were killed at the Austin Animal Center, which is, and that was a 5% euthanasia rate to, I guess, their population in there. 5% of them were were euthanized. And thanks to APA, amazingly enough, they pulled 4,200 pets out of there, and that was reduction of 82% in the euthanasia column there. So I really have to thank y'all because that is just really wonderful, and it's just wonderful that there's an organization out here, and I like I said, I just came up upon it when I was looking for animals. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't replace that little booger of mine.
Oh, of course not.
But
of course not.
He's got a good little chunk of me on him now. And now, since we're talking about the Austin Animal Center, how do you like your new facility? I know it's a complete change because when I found him, you were like in an old auto garage,
right.
shipping facility, and there most of the dogs were outside in chain link fence areas, kennel areas, and it was a cold day. And when I met this guy, I was in my overcoat and having all kinds of fun, and he was just a Mr. Love Muffin.
Right now, we're headquartered, and I believe May will be a year since we've been there, at the Old Town Lake Animal Center on Cesar Chavez across from Austin High. So that facility was built for dogs. There are kennels there. There are great play yards there. And the Manchac and Lamar location wasn't ideal, probably.
But it was functional.
That's right. And we got to take in more dogs than we had in previous years at that location. And that's one of the great things about where we are at the old T-like location right now is we've got space for more dogs there. There are play yards there. There's a yard where they do play groups every day for the dogs to get out and play together, which is so good for them. They're getting socialized. They're burning energy.
They have a little video on their site. You can check that out. They have a little video.
They have such a good time. It's so good for them.
Yeah, and it helps to socialize, and like this little fella, they said, he'd be a little tough one to do, but he's good. What are you doing in here?
I got something to say.
Well, go for it. What y'all got something good going on?
That's a little bitty dog that George keep down at the shop.
Hey, he doesn't like you either.
No, doesn't either.
Oh, Nico, did he sneak up on you?
Nico doesn't like surprises. Nico
You gotta
doesn't
give
like
him a
surprises.
minute. Yeah.
He's all excited.
Tell him.
He's all excited.
I was going to say no cats.
Uh-oh.
And we're not talking too much about cats, but they do have cats.
We've got cats and kittens, and actually March just kicked off what they call kitten season.
Yeah, follow the cat, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'm sure she loves
She's
kitties.
got 3 stripes.
But I mean, cats are just as much a part of this picture as the dogs are.
And they
I just
have a
happen
great
to spend
facility.
Absolutely, more of my time with the dogs. Yeah.
They have an area. This was the area that you had over at the Manchac site. Excuse us. Over at the Manchac site, I liked how the people who wanted to come in and see the animals, they could get in there and sit with the cats.
Absolutely.
And let the cats come and see them.
And we've got that same setup at the new location.
And then there was that humongous giant fat cat that took up his whole little cubicle.
Yes.
Hold on here now. All those things that Gavino read, they don't apply to cats.
What?
What's a cat deal?
Well, cats aren't maybe behavior problems, but they still have their little quirks.
Yeah, they can be ornery.
Be loyal and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Oh, that's not
that is
true.
a program that
No.
supposedly on their website that I found was for like cats that are kind of wild and
Well, I know
not.
we got a couple of cat lovers out there.
Okay,
Oh, of
okay,
course,
okay.
of
Bye.
course.
Bye. Bye.
Let him say something.
Bye. But they also have a thing that's called Barn Cat. They have a deal that they could take some of these wild cats that aren't sociable and all that and turn them into barn cats, which is a great job for a cat. You know. Oh, he's back. The barn cat's back.
The game warden says kill all the cats you find.
Oh. Go. Get out of here.
Feral cats.
Go,
'cause
bye.
They're really bad on the wildlife.
Well, see, that's why we.
Well, and that's actually why some of them turn into great barn cats to keep, you know, the rats and
Mice and
everything
things
away
away,
from.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's in bars.
Go back in your barn, Mr. Cat. Go back in your
we
barn.
can find a home for any of them. Yeah.
That all adaptable.
That's right.
And I also noticed that when I was out over there that you seem to have a nice population of pitties.
Yes, we do.
You know, and they're I take it that they're the more sociable of the pitty groups around.
Well, and as we were talking about earlier, there are about 100 other rescue groups here in Austin, and they will step into the Austin Animal Center before we do and take, you know, there's a boxer rescue group and a Doberman rescue group. So those dogs will go to those particular rescue groups, and a lot of times it's the little beautiful pitty mixes like Mary Jane that are left. So yeah, we take those sweet ones in.
We always, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say, we always participate in the pit bull parade.
Oh yes, oh such beautiful dogs.
They
aren't
are, and he taught me a lot about them. That you know, after like I said, after that attack, you know, he was the first one I came up on. I was like, and you know, and then I'm running into all these people that you know that like I had a neighbor that had a pity. And she was just wondering, hi, Coco, if you're out there watching. Coco, he was just a silly little old dog. So my fear of pit bull has been abated a little bit, but I
Good.
still give him a healthy respect.
Well, and it's all, and we could say this with
Pit bull,
Oso
the little mini dog with a rap
But
sheet.
It's all about the TLC and the training and the love that you give them. I mean, if you treat them and let them grow up to be guard dogs and on the defense all of the time, that's going to be their natural go-to.
Well,
but if you teach them to be a family pet and a companion and a loving, smart, obedient, you know, teach them a new trick and keep their brains working, then
This
it's
guy
going to be a
is
totally different
relatively
dog.
smart because I make him work for some of his treats
You
and
should.
stuff.
Good.
And
Good.
he has a sniffer you won't believe. You can take a doggy bone like those bones and rub it all over this table and all on the floor, and he will track that thing. This guy's got a sniffer.
Oh yes, and they love to work. It burns physical and mental energy, which
You
is
gonna
great
say
for them.
something?
Come on, Mike, what's yours?
No, I have actually we have 3 dogs that we have. We have 2 pit bulls and then Nico here, a Chihuahua. So yeah.
And he
And
rules
she
the
probably
roost.
thinks she's a big girl,
No,
doesn't she? Or he.
yeah.
He.
And,
Sorry,
and we
Nico.
actually, you know, we've rescued all of our dogs as well.
Excellent. Excellent.
He's a trip. This little one here, he's
Yeah,
big things come in small packages.
You bet.
Yeah, he just doesn't want anyone to pick him up, you know, unless he's
That's
ready.
that's a Chihuahua.
Yep.
That's a Chihuahua trait, but he's a trip. But that little guy, don't let him fool you. That dog could eat. That dog could eat.
Tigster.
That guy, he came over for Christmas dinner, and that dog could eat.
Hi, Mary Jane. What you doing?
She's courting.
Hi.
Courting. She doesn't.
Yeah, he's like a,
Do you have a new friend?
you're
being a good
beautiful.
girl.
You are being a wonderfully good
Yes,
girl.
you are.
Yes, we love you. Yeah, I'm telling you, I wish I could bring a camera behind us and take one look at this face. Because, I mean, the expression on her is like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey,
Oh, pretty girl.
you're okay.
Pretty girl.
So, all right, so you said that you did a lot with the dog behavior program. Speaking of behavior treatments, this one here.
Yes, I do. Last summer, we hired a dog behaviorist. Actually, that's his job. It's not just his passion, but it's what he lives for. It's what he does every day. And he's also
a
teaching.
Cesar Millan.
Exactly. He's also teaching a lot of us volunteers how to pass on what he's teaching the dogs and us, so that if you ask a dog to sit, or if I ask a dog to sit, or if Pokey asks the dog to sit, the dog is able to generalize
Generalize
that
that,
behavior.
yeah.
Absolutely. And he also, it's Mike, by the way. Hi, Mike, if you're watching. He came in, and the day he got there, implemented the doggy play groups, which we've already talked about a
Yeah.
little bit about. And he allows the dogs to come in. I mean, a tiny dog like Oso or Nico maybe not play with the pit bull types, but
I don't know, he could take them on and win.
dogs, yeah, you might. Dogs that have similar energy levels and similar sizes will go in play groups, and they swim together, and they chase, and they wrestle, and it really allows us to keep an eye on these dogs and watch, what kind of home they would be
Now, do you guys
thrive in.
Do you guys have any cats that get along with dogs?
We do, and actually, anytime that an adopter has a question about does this dog like a cat, there's a cat named Smolder that lives at Austin Pets Alive, and Smolder gets to be the test for a dog.
Wow, nice.
So there are some that have lived in foster homes. We've talked about the foster program that have been with cats. So yeah, the more we do things like that with the dogs, play groups, and introducing them to cats, the more we're able to tell adopters about their personalities. So
My parents have a Rottweiler and a cat.
Oh,
We
what a mixture.
We take the dogs to the house, so we have a Rottweiler, we have 2 pit bulls, and then the Chihuahua and the cat.
a big house.
Yeah, and they're all just just sitting there.
You're a handsome little fella, aren't you?
I have.
And how old is he, you say?
Nico is like 12 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, we're talking about
we're
you.
talking about you now.
Goodness.
Yeah, I see the look on his face now. It's like, oh,
Handsome boy.
oh yes. Yes, so anyways, I also noticed that when I adopted him, that I was offered like to come in for like comprehensive dog training afterwards.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
if there were more issues that you needed to address that after I had got him used to the house, that we could come in.
Absolutely, yeah. We would never just send a dog to home and say, "See ya, good luck." I mean, of course, we'll wish you luck, and you'll have hundreds of volunteers hoping for the best. But absolutely, we are
Well-
always an email or a phone call away if you have something new that comes up that we weren't aware of with a dog or a cat, or a question about training or behavior.
you guys-
Absolutely.
You guys were quite thorough about his dislike of men.
Yeah, yeah.
And about his does not like motorcycles, does not like kids on bicycles. He doesn't exactly really warm up to kids. So when my grandbaby comes over, I kind of keep them separated,
sure.
which is just out of respect for him.
How do you figure all that out?
Well, a lot of it with the location that we're in now, we're able to take dogs and actually walk them around the Town Lake Trail, hike and bike trail. And some dogs will really have a reaction to kids going by on a bike, and some will want to follow and go play with the kids. So our volunteers are really have their eyes open for watching that sort of thing, so that we can report back then to the staff and Mike, the behavior manager, and say, Oso didn't like any bikes that passed us by. Maybe we need to get him more
Also
used to
didn't like
bikes,
anybody
Right.
passing
So
by.
our volunteers are able to take the dogs out of the shelter and get them in real life. We can take them to the coffee shop and see how they do sitting down while a potential owner had coffee, and
Here's one
take
for
notes
ya.
on their behavior.
Nice.
I've been running in where I work at. There's service dogs. Have you ever have any of these dogs ever shown an aptitude for being like a service dog?
There is actually a dog that we have right now in the program. Her name is Tigressa, and I think she would be an incredible service dog. She is one of those dogs that some of the staff members will take to schools when they're doing programs at school. Hi,
Yeah.
Mary Jane.
Hey, we got an under attack.
She has been around people in wheelchairs, and she's done great with the wheelchairs, and she's done great with a whole classroom of kids coming up and petting her and talking to her and tugging on her ears a little bit. So any service type groups that ever want to evaluate dogs like
they
that,
should
Mike
come
and
down,
our behavior team,
'cause
absolutely.
There's a lady at the store. Her dog senses when her sugar levels go up.
Sure.
And there's a new customer that we had came in with a little scruffy dog, and everybody was like following him, getting ready to tell him take his dog out of there. And I just go up to him and say, "Oh, what's your service dog do?" And he senses ammonia. And then there are a baby carrier full of chihuahuas, 2 chihuahuas, and I'm like, "Oh, what is he? Anti-anxiety
Sure,
dog." He ran into one
absolutely.
at the Capitol just the other day.
I ran
Absolutely.
one into a lady that got on the Capital Metro bus. And she said she had a service dog. I said, "What?" She said, "I have seizures."
Yeah, that's another one. The
That's
epileptic
another
seizures that these dogs can sense when it comes on.
Yeah, and my sister has dogs too, and my mother was astonished that when she went to go visit.
Nope,
them,
that's
that
not
the
a snack.
that the dog at a certain day of the time they expect you to arrive. I guess it becomes routine. She said so around 5 o'clock the dog would gradually go to the door, sit down, and wait till the person
They're quick
arrives.
about learning routines.
That's this little fella here.
She
He
has
waits for me.
a hearing sense incredible. I mean, she can sense or hear folks coming.
Well, and like you were reading earlier, they pick up on your sadness or your illness. You know, I had shoulder surgery several years ago, and my big German Shepherd, the morning that I was ready to take him for a walk again, we went out for a walk, and he walked at about half speed. I didn't have to tell him, I didn't have to pull on his leash to say, oh, we need to go slow today. He kind of sensed that I needed to go slow on our walk. So they really pick up on that, and I think when behaviorists can see that in a dog and then cultivate it and really, you know, do something with it, that there's amazing
I
service
think
dogs
his
out
knack
there
is
in the
being
shelter.
I think his knack is the ghost whisperer. He's the ghost dog.
Oh,
He
yes,
sees the
you-
ghost dogs.
Yes.
Yep. This guy, he senses when the ghost of Chi-Chi's in the house.
Knows about his brothers before him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And this year, we're having our trailer park, and our neighborhood are having our second annual pre-4th of July parade. We invite all dogs to come out.
Oh, very
It's gonna-
fun.
It's on a Saturday
Oh,
at
you
10
can go,
a.m.
Nico.
And we're going to start promoting
He can
it.
wave at the people.
We had quite a few last year, and we'll be taking off from IBC Bank on Cesar Chavez in Pleasant Valley.
And which
head down
day
to
is this?
Fiesta Gardens.
Oh, fun.
There'll be a pre-4th of July parade.
What do
Very
you? Would you have a
fun.
tentative date scheduled?
June 29th.
June 29th.
29th. So
IBC Bank.
IBC Bank, 10 a.m. Show up and march and go down the parade. It's a pre-4th of July parade.
Very fun.
And we'll have her dressed in all kinds of graffitis, maybe a bow tie with American
Excellent.
colors and
Excellent.
stars. And we had one that had little flags.
Very cute.
Why?
Y'all are being good dogs.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
glad about the
dogs.
no-kill. I'm so proud of that law that was passed.
I really am
in
too. It's a
Austin.
big thing for Austin, and what a dog-friendly community you know Austin is to begin with. But to
So you're
have
trying to do that
hello,
for the
Mary
entire
Jane.
state, right?
Well,
there
I'm
a
not
bill?
sure how far they're wanting to reach. I know there are other communities in Texas and across the nation that are looking to
girl.
Austin. And how did Austin do this? And really wanting to follow those programs and become no-kill themselves. So the more communities that do it, I just think the better. You know, she's saying hi under the table.
Over here.
That would be really nice though if a legislator came up with a bill next session, no kill zone.
It's a big bite to chew off. And hello, pretty girl. Where are you
No, here
going?
comes the look.
What are some of the challenges you think would be hard with that to get that
Be
passed?
careful.
You're
Mary
pretty
Jane.
nice.
Here, let's sit you down. There we go. You're a curious girl, aren't
Thank
you?
goodness we're all no somewhat dog behaviors here.
Good girl. I think one of the big challenges, and I can't speak too much to this. I just haven't been involved in those programs at Austin Pets Alive, but I would imagine that cost is a big, you know, it's probably, and I hate to even say this out loud, much cheaper to put 10 dogs in the gas chamber than to put them through behavior programs and feed them for 6 months before they find an adopter and make sure that their vet bills are taken care of and that they're vaccinated, you know.
So the cost would be the issue.
I can imagine that cost would be an issue, you know, but we get so much support from the Austin community, the Central Texas community as a whole.
Yeah.
That, we just can't thank our supporters enough that they have allowed us to take those dogs in and put them through the medical that they need.
What do you think would be some of the ways to recoup that cost if you did it on a state level?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I like I say, I haven't done enough on the no-kill program to even.
That's something
venture
good to
up.
research out.
Absolutely, and I
So-
know there are folks with APA that could speak better to that than I
Well-
can. I'm sorry, I don't
Well,
have that
this
answer for
I
you.
have. When I was down at the Capitol, they had a big lobby day, and I got the pamphlet here. It's the Texas Humane Lobby Day, and I do have a card here for a lady that's in the Austin Humane Society. So maybe she might be. I asked her maybe if she might want to come down on the show sometime, because she might be one that might be interested in a little bit more knowledgeable about the state thing, because the Humane Society is all over.
Yeah, 'cause,
Absolutely.
they can't speak, so someone needs to speak for the animals.
There you go.
That's right.
Well, Mary Jane and I are going to have to go because we need to go to the school board meeting.
Oh,
Ah!
Close one of our schools, and we can't allow that to happen.
you go tell them all about it, Mary
Well,
Jane.
it was fun having her here. She was a lively little character here. She's a sweetheart.
She's such a beauty.
Like I said, that got me over a lot of my fear. Anyways, one more topic on Austin Pets Alive that we might want to run across is this Parvo program.
Absolutely. I have a parvo puppy at my house. She's not a puppy anymore. I still call her a puppy, and I probably always will. She's a Rottie lab mix. She was found as a stray out in Bastrop and tested parvo positive, which for 80% of the dogs that have parvo, it's a death sentence.
It is.
So Austin Pets Alive took her in as a sick stray and nursed her back to health, and she is a feisty, silly, smart, entertaining, wonderful dog. And we
Just
would have
given a
never found
chance.
her. Absolutely. She was given that chance at health and at a home, and she is living it up at my house, I have to tell you.
Parvo is pretty prevalent around here in the Austin area. My next door neighbor lost a couple dogs to parvo. I had 2 puppies. One got parvo, one didn't get parvo. It's just really weird. But I've heard that it lives in the grass and in the soil.
Absolutely. Dogs contract it through sick dogs' feces. So yes, if somebody's not picking up after their pet, that's really the way. It's incredibly contagious. Yes. We all have to scoop the poop, but it's highly contagious and just as fatal.
Yeah.
But it's treatable, and there are vaccines for it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, those 2 puppies I was telling you about, they both had their vaccines, and when the one came down with them, like, I thought it does not 101% preventer in puppies, because they can still come down with it.
Puppies are so susceptible to it.
You
Yep.
don't want to give him a kiss. Give him a kiss.
Oh.
Kissing down there, Mary Jane.
There's a barn cat. But like I said, when I was down there, I came across this little thing. It was talking about banning the gas chamber euthanasia for shelter dogs and cats. This was sponsored by Kirk Watson and Eddie Lucio. This was Representative Eddie Lucio and Senator Kirk Watson. But this is something similar to what you were talking about there.
Is that this session?
This was this session. This is when I was down there. And it talks about end shelter euthanasia of dogs and cats by carbon monoxide only as by injection. So at least it's one of the things is it's a step in the right direction. So I don't know if these guys would be of any help either. But I have to thank Kirk Watson and Lucio for that, because going into gas chamber, that kind of thing makes me think of
that's
Nazi
a long,
Germany.
slow death.
Long, slow,
Yep.
horrible. Death by injection is. That's what I was going to. Chichi was going to be put down the next day, the day that he died. He was going to be put down by injection. I had a friend that was going to come do it, and I was so grateful for him, because it was just horrible to watch him go. And he was snorting on Pokey's oxygen,
Aw.
and he'd feel good for a little while, and
So those dogs down there do some good sometimes. Senator or something.
Yeah, so anyways, that was it. The other 2 bills that they had was eliminating shark fin trade in Texas, which I didn't think, I thought that was mainly like in Japan or something like that.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, it prohibits the sale, trade, or purchase of shark fins in Texas. And the other one was to restrict the ownership of big cats and certain primates as pets. I guess we've learned from a couple things that sometimes this isn't a real good thing. And I don't know if anybody watches that Animal Planet show, not when animals attack, but it's that one, dangerous pets or deadly encounters, I think it's called, something like that, where like these people have like all these snakes and all these pets that get loose, and there's like the ones that was the major ones are the ones with the tigers, and guys Siegfried and Roy, you saw what happened to them.
Oh, goodness, right.
Yeah. So anyways, let's say we've covered a lot about what Austin Pets Alive was about, and I just love them to death, because this little fellow right here.
So if they want to volunteer,
Go for information, go to the Austin.
Absolutely. We're going to both spit it out together.
AustinPetsAlive.org.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of information on
Oh,
Hi,
he's trying
Mary
to sniff
Jane.
the rear end now.
Yes.
She's coming underneath the table to do the old house sniff.
Little
He got
ID
goosed.
check, yes.
He got goosed.
But yeah, our website will list all the available dogs and cats, all
All
the
the
ways
cats,
that the
yeah.
community can get involved. So yeah, any information,
Yeah,
any more
it's just
information
one-
that you like
Are
is
you
there.
going to be? I noticed that a couple months ago, y'all had like one of the walks and stuff, the Austin Pets Alive walks.
Absolutely. We participate in all of those. The Strut Your Mutt that comes through each year, the Walkathon, Wagathon that's coming up that Austin Subaru sponsors each year. So
Yeah, Yeah, the
where-
Wagathon. That
Yep.
was the one that I was doing the.
It may be
paying attention to.
next weekend.
Is
I
it?
don't
Is it that
know.
close?
I think it's pretty close.
Well, check out. I think it's Wagathon. I think it's got its own website. It's pretty
Absolutely.
interesting. And
I like the little dogs. You know, back there now.
oh, he's obsessed with this one. Every text I get at work, it has a picture of this dog.
That's the dog misses you, Ma.
Keeping you updated. Yeah.
Yeah. Come here and say
It's
hello.
more than just an update. It's a diary of his day-to-day
Look at
movements.
him.
He.
At least I don't take pictures of his, you know what, or nothing, you know.
That's good.
Oh God.
I'm so glad he's got you. It's so nice to get to follow up with somebody that.
Well,
that
we've sent in a picture at the Facebook page, and where he was saying, "Thank you, Austin Pets Alive, for helping me find my forever family." And you know, every now and then I tell Lindsay that King Oso is doing a wonderful.
King Oso.
I'm
He's
glad
a
to
King
see
Oso.
him.
I also called him Oso Cujo when he first got home. So
What is it, Oso? You want to come down here?
go down there and see Daddy. Go down and see Daddy.
Come here.
Well, now he's going to turn around. And go, yeah. There, grab the leash.
He's just learning all about you. Come here.
That's called the calling card.
Yes, he's just learning all about you.
Time for announcements
Hi.
yet? No. Political questions concerning APA. Y'all don't get any funding from the government, so.
No, they just got some from that Amplify Austin, and you know they just need public support. You know.
Absolutely.
You know
Absolutely.
they've had people could come in, you know, throw them a dog food, you know, bring them, you know,
It's that old dog.
all good stuff. And
That old dog, bro.
Right.
oh yeah, well, Chi-Chi by the time he had he had thermonuclear death breath. Well, thank you, Summer. I'm going to go in here real quick, and I'm going to do some ending of the show work.
Okay.
And it was wonderful having you down here.
Thank you so much.
I hope we covered everything that we needed to cover to bring Austin Pets Alive out to the forefront, because it is a wonderful organization, and they got tons of animals that need a great home. Now, like I said, this one, he came with a rap sheet, but they told you everything you needed to know.
That's right.
That's true. Our dog had a rap sheet.
He came with a rap sheet, and we knew what we were getting into, that he was a nipper, and, you know, he had his little idiosyncrasies, but he's come a
Little?
long way in a year, and he's just a wonderful dog.
He did get loose and chased a motorcycle about a half a mile.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he sometimes he will bolt out the door still a little bit, but he's more now he's more now
He's
comfortable.
stopping, he
Good.
will.
Good.
What do you do? What do you say to people that use a dog that's loose? You know, you guys have any suggestions?
If you can, I mean, taking it to Austin Animal Center is always a great start. Because they will check for a microchip. They will reach out to others in the community, see if who's missing a dog. It's a great matchmaking program in a lot of ways for lost dogs like that.
Right.
If it's a scary dog and a fearful dog and one that is not going to want to get in the car with you, calling Animal Control 311. So that the goal is always, of course, to help reunite that dog with its family for sure. Huh, Nico?
I think your dog found a new friend down there.
I'm happy to make a new friend. Yes.
People who like them.
You bet. You bet.
really sense that the like.
Well, we got, 5 minutes left. What else can we say about this? I know they've been around. How long? Y'all have been around a while.
Absolutely. 1997, if I have
Holy
the
cow, that
timeline
long?
right in my mind, Dr. Ellen Jefferson started Austin Pets Alive. She's also a founder of Emancipet here in town. So she has
Emancipet.
and they, if I may speak incorrectly here, low-cost spay and neuter for animals. Really, yeah.
What Gavino was saying, can somebody come off the street with their pet and go to Pets Alive and get like shots and all that?
You can
For a
get medical
price?
care, not at Austin Pets Alive, but Emancipet and, oh gosh, there are others in town and I'm going to blank on their names, but absolutely low cost
And it
medical
won't matter
care.
if they're neutered or not there?
No, well, it shouldn't. I can't speak to all those organizations. Certainly can't. You'll have to do some homework there, but there are low-cost alternatives. I know vet care can be expensive.
It can
so, there are resources here in town if you just dig a little bit and you can find
in front
them.
of HEB on the weekend, I think it's Saturday mornings, they have a mobile place that goes
That's
out
right.
there.
I know
Nice.
several CVS locations have also started doing some mobile,
Is that right?
lower cost pet
Where
clinics.
can you go to find out this kind of information?
I think Google would tell you everything you needed
Just
to know.
Google?
Yeah, low cost
Fix my
pet
dog
care,
or
low
low-cost
cost
pet
pet
care?
care in Austin would
Fix
probably
my
be.
dog.
That might find you some other stuff. You never know. You never know.
Oh,
Oh,
no, that's
Nico, are
funny.
you gonna take a nap?
Somebody wants to jump down and go see mommy.
That's
Where'd
good.
she go?
And it'd be nice, it really would be nice if the state of Texas could actually come, oh my goodness, I can't even talk right now.
Is that political? Go ahead.
Yeah, it would be nice if the state of Texas could come down with something, a no-kill zone or something like that. I think that would be really good.
It really would, and
the
and
entire
I think
state.
yep.
That would mean a lot.
Communities like Austin that continue to lead the way and show that it can be done,
Right,
I think are a great start, and educating the community and the
Right.
public that what needs to be done and how they can help, and just keep it going.
I don't know, some of those numbers my wife read off, that's a lot of animals, and we do have some cat lovers out there. Uh-oh, we got to hurry up. We do have some cat lovers out there. She has cats too, but I was into the financial side of it. I mean, I love dogs too. Don't look at them real close, and then just no follow to euthanize them, I guess you say. Now, I know it's cruel, but
Right.
who's going to pay for it?
Well, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons that Austin Pets Alive is so proud to be in Austin, because our supporters really support us, whether it's through their time as volunteers or donations as businesses or individuals, or we even have programs that will allow you to give to APA in your will if you so choose. So we couldn't, and I'm sure you're going to go do that tonight, are you, Pokey? We could not do any of this without our supporters, and they really make
Yes,
it
ma'am.
possible.
All right, in the last minute, I guess I'll say next week, Ken Martin, Austin Bulldogs on. We'll be looking all into city, and I know we're looking forward to that. Michael?
Oh, yes, we are.
I didn't bring any stuff about what's going on at the Capitol. I don't have anything planned for April Fool's Day, because who wants to come on April Fool's Day?
I might be scared of you on April Fool's Day, Pokey. I don't know.
So we might just have a fun show. I don't know, you got any ideas for April Fool's Day, Michael?
Oh, yeah, I have a couple things we can say and trick some people on April Fool's
Well,
Day.
we might have to do that, because I can't get any guests in, like, politician type or anything. Because, we're usually, oh yeah, we got 30 seconds. Anyway, you stay tuned. Thanks to Channel Austin. Plenty of good shows on right here. Just hang around these stations. Thank you, Summer, for coming on down and telling us about our darn dogs and cats.
Thanks for having me.
And for our cat lovers out there, too, they got cats as well.
And if you come across a dog that you think is aggressive, don't shoot the dog.
Please,
use, use some pepper spray or a stun gun or
Exactly.
something like that.
Call
Don't,
311.
Yes, don't hurt the dogs,
Don't
okay?
hurt the dog.
We love our doggies.
All right, 3 seconds. And anyway, folks, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.